Hello comic book people! There was a comic that recently came out from Image Comics. It was done by Scotty Young. It's called I Hate Fairyland. Or I like the variant cover to it, which is called Fuck Fairyland. I did a little bit of research and I saw that Scotty wanted this to originally be called Fuck Fairyland, but because of the F-bomb, he wasn't sure whether or not it would get past some stores. So he had this as a variant cover, and some stores could just choose to have both covers. And obviously, I got the one called Fuck Fairyland because I think that title is so much better and it stands out way more. As the cover appears, there is a little girl, or a girl who looks like a little girl, who's in a fairyland type of imagination land where she doesn't like it there at all. About to go into some major spoilers. As always, if you plan on reading this comic book, do not watch the rest of this video. Otherwise, if you're interested just to find out what it's about, go ahead and keep on. We start out with Gertrude being introduced. She's a green-haired little girl. And like many little girls, she dreams about the fantasy land of everything she's read about in storybooks. And like a lot of little kids, she wants to go to a fairyland, which she gets her wish and she's sucked in. It looks like she falls for a very long time. And when she lands, she is really fucked up. I mean, damn, her arm bone is poking out. We're introduced to the ruler of Fairyland, which is Queen Claudia. She tells Gertrude that the way to get out is to find a key to the back door. And she gives Gertrude a familiar. It looks like a fly. His name is Larrigan Winsworth III. He also has a map of all of Fairyland. Queen Claudia informs Gertrude that it should only take 2 shakes of a bogglezig in order for her to complete her quest so that she can leave Fairyland. It says that a bogglezig is about a day for us. However, 27 years later, and Gertrude is still in Fairyland. Gert's body has not aged a day in that entire time. Her mind, however, that has matured. And she's a bit of a bitter person at this point in her life. I mean, one of the first things we see her do is destroy the moon, which happens to be alive, and we see its brain and guts and everything splatter everywhere. She also kills all the stars because they were witnesses. Queen Claudia looks like she's a bit fed up with Gertrude being in her kingdom, being that she's been there for 27 years, and it looks like she's caused a lot of problems that she did way before we saw this. So she orders a hitman to go after Gertrude. Meanwhile, Gertrude is out robbing different places, including casinos, and when she's caught, she's brought in front of the Slug Lord, who looks a lot like Jabba the Hutt. So much so that she does the whole Jabba the Hutt choke thing that Princess Leia did. This book is really fucked up, but in a good way. I'm really excited to see the new land she's going to come across and her reaction and how she's going to be treating everyone around her. It's a really fun book so far. We leave off on a pretty big cliffhanger where the assassin finally meets up with Gertrude. But look at this drawing. Besides all the swords in the background, this guy's nipples are like rock hard. Being that it's snowing, I guess he is cold, so I guess that would be something that would happen. Also, if you look in the background, you see the moon. Apparently, he survived. He's just really bandaged up. So Scotty Young is like one of my heroes now. This guy is incredible. I love this comic book. I mean, it was fun from the beginning all the way to the very end. Like, I'm legitimately interested to see the adventures that Gertrude is going to be going through in this fairyland imagination world. And how she's going to fuck all these people up trying to do whatever it is she wants to do because, hey, you know what? She's pretty fucked up herself, being stuck in this land her entire life. And this idea of having this child, or at least this child in body, where she's doing all these messed up things, is a big contrast because we don't expect that from someone her age, or at least someone who looks her age. I can imagine there being a lot of flashbacks showing all of the messed up things that happened to her while she's been in Fairyland for the past 27 years to get her to the point that where she's at right now, where her mind is completely unstable. So definitely a really good first issue. I'm excited to see what else is going to happen to her. I know she's not going to die in the next issue. They're not going to have like a 2-part series and leave it at that. So I know there's going to be a lot more to come from her. And Scotty Young is a great artist and writer. I mean, he illustrated this stuff perfectly. I didn't know until just recently he also worked for Marvel doing Little Marvels, where he did similar artwork for them. So that in itself I think was pretty cool. So being now that he's doing this is much more adult, I mean, damn, I gotta give this guy props. This is an Image title, and Image is fairly common through a lot of comic stores, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem finding it. You may not be able to find the variant issue where it says Fuck Fairyland. That may be a bit more difficult, but still, I don't think it should be too hard. I mean, if anything, you can always buy it online. But that's it for now. Like I said, really good comic book. Thank you guys for watching me in this comic book review, and I will join you in another one very soon. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.